Welcome back to Take a Break. I'm Tim Stenovec. Well, hundreds of Google workers are taking a historic step in Silicon Valley by announcing the creation of a union. It's the first ever company-wide effort by employees to unionize after years of clashes with management. Bloomberg Quick Take reporter Jennifer Zabasaja joins me now by phone to talk through this. Hey, Jen, why now? Why have employees decided now is the time to form a union at Google?
Well, Tim, really what we're hearing from these workers is that they've just had enough. They have spent the past few years speaking up, making their concerns about the company pretty public, which has included walkouts, which we've covered on Quick Take a number of times, only to, as they say, just be dismissed by executives time and time again. So they've raised issues about some of the contracts that the company has secured with the military, differing treatment that contract workers have versus full-time employees, and also exit packages that executives have secured. And most recently, Tim, in December, we saw a lot of concern over the dismissal of an AI researcher named Timnit Gebru. I've actually interviewed her in the past, and she's brought up some of her issues with AI and some of the ethical issues that she sees with AI. And she says that that led to her eventual ouster, which thousands of Google employees spoke out about, protesting her dismissal. So really just what we're hearing from these employees is that they want to build on the years of efforts that workers have put into speaking out and saying something about some of the practices going on within the company and create something that is structural to press the company for change.
So the union, Jen, is CWA Local 1400, as Bloomberg has reported. What do we know about the makeup of this union and also how that will change once Google employees form that union?
Right. So, Tim, actually, the name of the union, it is under the CWA, but they're calling it the Alphabet Workers Union, which is pretty notable because they are saying that it includes all workers of Alphabet. So that means temps, vendors, contractors, full-time employees. And this is, of course, notable, as I mentioned, because the company has faced a lot of criticism about giving certain benefits to contract workers versus employees, even though contract workers make up about half of the workforce at Google. So right now, this union is only about 200 workers, but they're planning to collect dues from employees. They're planning to pay organizing staff. And in the next few weeks to months, they want to hold elections for representatives. And they want to take on a lot of these issues that we've been talking about. And so, what's going to be key to watch, though, is whether they're planning on trying to gain more support with the wider workforce, right? So I mentioned half of the employees are temp workers. And so what they will need to do in order to be formally recognized by Alphabet is to secure a majority support among eligible workers. And because they have made this open to all workers, it will really be interesting to watch how this continues to gain traction and whether or not the company eventually has to recognize this union, which may give these workers more power to demand change in the near term. Tim.
Well, Jen, how has the company responded thus far about this, about workers actually forming this union?
Right. So what we're hearing at this time is that Google is still defending their practices. They say that they have always worked hard to create a workforce that employees feel safe and feel supported. But, Tim, again, if we continue to see more and more employees join this union, we may need to see more of a response from the company. And also, it will be important to see how this could potentially have ramifications for the rest of Silicon Valley, right? So we're seeing more and more workers speaking out about some of their issues within these larger tech companies. So could this then inspire more workers at, other companies around the tech industry to mobilize and to unionize? That will be something we'll want to watch pretty closely, Tim.
Bloomberg Quick Take reporter Jennifer Zabasaja. Jen, great to have you back on the show. Thank you for your time this afternoon.